Hi, everyone. Welcome to the last of my summer series designed to give you right now ideas for right now improvements. You are listening to Season 9, Episode 6 of The Fix, and I am Angel Borrelli. My short and sweet summer series will end with this episode, and I will be returning to my regular format in October. Today's episode, Baseball Pitching Velocity, your 7-step checklist. I frequently work with pitchers who come in solely to increase their velocity. Pitchers that are uninjured, have great location, but know they have more in their tank. Because there are specific moments and actions in the delivery that are optimal for velocity production, it is always easy for me to see what they are doing that interferes with them getting their power from moment one of their motion to the final moment, ball release. It's always a reminder to me of how important it is for a pitcher to understand that he should always look to his motion before he tries some external means to improve. In this day and age of straps, belts, boards, balls, etc., to get you to throw harder, if you don't look first at how you move, you run the risk of ending up with nothing except frustration and possible injury. In other words, it's not what you're doing, but how you're doing it that should be considered. So here's a checklist for pitchers to help you evaluate if your motion is allowing or disallowing the power of your pitch. And by the way, for reference to details about the stride, the delivery of the ball, and the way the body rotates, some of the topics I will be discussing today, go to YouTube and see episode 1, 2, and 3, where I teach with visuals about how the pitching motion actually occurs. So let's get to the checklist. Number 1 is whatever you're doing with your knee lift and the way you come off the rear leg, helping or hurting your ability to execute a linear stride with a landing that is positioned for stability. If you are landing too far to your arm side, you will have an unstable landing and stability issues throughout your motion. Remember, pitching occurs over the front leg, so you need to stick your landing. Number 2, is your arm in the right position when your front foot makes contact with the ground? The correct stride foot contact arm position allows the external rotation of the shoulder to begin simultaneously to your hip rotation, which provides the ability to get full stretch of the accelerators for maximal velocity. If you are still shortening your arm, once your hips are rotating, your arm is late and the shoulder will not have enough time to go through its full range of movements, which are necessary, again, to create your maximal velocity. Number 3, does your rotation start with the pelvis, sequence through your lower trunk, and finish with your upper trunk, which then brings the arm? The body segments must rotate in order and be separate from one another. If you don't have separation, you won't develop the pre-stretch through your upper body muscles. The pre-stretch converts to velocity. Number 4, do you feel a stretch across the front of your shoulder and a retraction of your shoulder blades from the moment you start rotating towards the plate? Are you able to maintain that feel through to acceleration? If you lose the retraction too soon, you run the risk of timing issues at the moment of max external rotation. This can lead to throwing the ball from your elbow rather than your shoulder, which creates a huge loss in velocity capability. Number 5, forward trunk tilt at the acceleration to ball release phase of the pitching motion is a characteristic of high velocity pitchers. Are your shoulders positioned over your front foot at ball release? Remember, releasing the ball as close to the plate should be the goal of every pitcher. Make sure your stride length or landing is not getting in the way of this critical feature. Number 6, during the moment of max external rotation, prior to your shoulder acceleration into ball release, do you have enough pressure on the ball so you can hold on to the ball long enough preventing it from rolling up too soon. If you have a pattern of missing up, this may be the culprit. The fingertips need time to pull against the ball. If you lose the ball from the palm of your hand too soon, you will not be able to create the desired spin. Number 7, do you finish your pitch? The acceleration path must continue through to a full deceleration path where the rear shoulder and upper arm musculature are able to slow down the arm in a non-abrupt way. Not finishing your pitch is dangerous and fatiguing to the arm, which throughout the innings will cause your velocity to drop. In addition, not finishing your pitch indicates that you did not throw through the ball, which is absolutely necessary if you're looking for your top velocity. Even if you're throwing hard already, if there is one issue above that you could not say yes to, then you are not throwing with your max velocity capability. And there is no workaround to faults in the pitching motion. Remember, you are only as good as your weakest link. And with all that being said, I will be back at you next month with my regular format. Remember, you can email me at angel@gymscience.com. Also, please visit my website at angelborrellipitching.com. Thank you for listening and sharing this episode with all the pitchers in your life.